Hello, my name is Brendan Ferguson and welcome into Charlotte49ers.tv. I have a special treat for you as I sat down with head coach of the women's basketball program, Cara Consuegra, earlier this week. We talked all things about her first season as a head coach, the last win against Richmond in the regular season, and all things to expect in the upcoming A-10 conference tournament. Should be a good one. I'm joined by head coach of the 49er women's basketball team, Cara Consuegra. Thanks for joining us here on Charlotte49ers.tv.
Glad to be here.
The first question I wanted to ask you is, what was the road kind of like getting your first head coaching job here at Charlotte? It has to be an exciting one, 7 years at Marquette, and then getting the job here this past summer.
I'd say it was probably about what I expected. I expected a lot of challenges, ups and downs, and that's really what we saw throughout the season. I mean, we had some good wins, some good winning streaks, and then also had some valleys within that, and that's exactly what I expected. First year, having transition, having some challenges, but overall, it's been a good season.
And when you got that call or maybe that conversation that said you would be the next head coach at Charlotte, what was your initial reaction?
Oh, I was thrilled. I mean, it's a lifelong dream that is finally carried out, and to be able to have my first job here at a place like Charlotte with all the success that we've had here, the support, the people around here, I really couldn't have asked for anything better.
And of course, you're an outstanding player back in your own right in college and played in the WNBA for a season. But did you always know if professional basketball wouldn't work out that you wanted to be a head coach?
I did. When I was back in high school, I used to help out with our middle school team, the same team that I played on growing up, and I started to do that, and I really liked it then, and I used to always do camps. It was just fun. It was fun and rewarding to be able to pass on what I've learned from other people to younger players, and to be able to see them succeed because of that. I just always liked that, and I was always drawn to it, and so it always had been my dream to be a college basketball coach.
Now talking about your first season, 16-12 going into the conference tournament. Lots of ups and downs like you mentioned earlier. Have you ever been a part of a team that's had 2 winning streaks of 5 games and 6-game losing streak and a 4-game losing streak?
I would say I don't think so. Definitely an interesting year when it comes to that. And I think that there's a lot of things behind that. I think number one, you have to look at any time young people have to go through a change and a transition. There's always going to be inconsistencies with that. And I think you also have to look at the fact that we've had a lot of major injuries this year, which have hurt us. And that happens to a lot of people. That's not an excuse at all. But anytime you have people coming in and out of the lineup, or not being able to play at their highest level due to the way that they feel, it's going to create some inconsistencies on the way you are on the court. But I feel like we've battled through that. We've continued to try to get better. I mean, we've watched film even from our games last week about how we can improve and what we can do better. And that's what our staff is going to continue to do. We're all about looking at what we've done and helping our players to learn in any way that we can.
And the last game of the regular season against Richmond, maybe the best performance of the season. Especially given the competition, Richmond team on that bubble in the NCAA tournament. What went right in that game that hopefully you can bring into the conference tournament?
I think our players came out in that game with great energy and great spirit and a will to win that I hadn't seen in a couple weeks. And the team that we saw yesterday afternoon is the team that we can be and that we've been working to be all season. So it was nice to see them come out and do that. I thought we were very focused in on our game plan. We had struggled defensively in the last few games of the season, and I thought that was the best that we had done in focusing on the game plan and playing how we were supposed to be playing. And then offensively, we shared the ball as well as we have all year. We shot the ball as well as we have all year. So it was just kind of, I guess, a perfect storm where it all came together at once.
And what do you think the ceiling is going into the A-10 tournament, the 6th seed, but having a pretty good record, 8-6 in the conference going in?
I think it certainly helped us to be able to get that win yesterday, to give us some momentum, to give us some confidence. We've been preaching to the team as a staff that, hey, we can go up there and win several games. We believe we have the talent. It isn't the talent that has lost us games. It's been our focus sometimes. It's been our effort sometimes. And if we can continue to do what we did yesterday, and we've done throughout the season, just not consistently, but if we can get that team with the consistent effort and focus on game plans, I think we have a great opportunity to be in any game that we play.
And how important would be going into postseason play after the tournament?
Well, I mean, that's what we expect of this program. Nothing less than postseason play, and I think we've put ourselves in a position to do that. Certainly we want to win a few more games to help that out, But I think anybody could look at our record and who we've played this year. We haven't had an easy schedule. We've won 16 games, and we should be in the position to be in postseason play.
And lastly, taking out of your first year, what would you take away the most in your first year as a head coach?
I think I've learned a lot about patience, which has been hard. You know, you want it all at once. You want to be able to come here and impact every player and have them figure out the system right away and be great all the time. And I've had to learn that's just not realistic. Again, anytime you're going through a major change, you have to have patience, and you have to give people time to come around and trust you and figure out their roles and what we expect from them. It's just a process, one that I've enjoyed, and one that I'll continue to look forward to.
Well, hopefully the season isn't quite over yet. Hopefully there's a run coming up in the A-10 tournament. Thanks for joining us here.
Thanks, Brendan.
Thanks goes out to head coach Cara Consuegra for taking some time to talk to me. I know it's a busy time of year with the A-10 tournament this weekend. The 49ers are the 6th seed in the tournament. They will take on St. Louis on Friday night. And if they win, they will continue to play throughout the weekend. For CharlotteForty9ers.tv, I'm Brendan Ferguson.